start out standing on the mat, working waning crescent to new moon. Okay, so we want to make sure that we keep our internal brightness nice and bright and warm as we move through the moon darkening and darkening a little more. So let's come into mountain pose, have the feet nice and secure on the mat. And just come into your practice. Feel all four corners of the feet. Start to notice how the breath is moving through. And then we're going to do a big circular movement with the breath. So just go ahead and exhale, belly button to spine. And as you inhale, just think about going forward, side, and back with the breath. Like you're filling up a ball, and then exhale, release. And take that nice big all around, front, back, two sides, and release. And two more times, just think about it. Visualize yourself getting big and round, and release. And one more time. And release. Okay, so we're going to bring the arms up from the sides. Inhale. And then turning the palms down toward earth as you exhale through center. Just release anything that you don't want to bring into your practice. And do that a few more times, just bringing your arms up nice and long, and think about anything you just want to release, not carry into your practice. And this will be the final time for that. And release. All right, so keeping up with wanting to be warm and getting very loose, we're going to do some nice loose cats and cows here. So draw your arms forward, the knees and hips are soft, the fingertips touch, and then open up, arms up, elbows back. So nice and big and forward and up and back. Really release. A lot of movement happening here. Hey, Kathy, I hope you can hear me okay. And open. And here we go. Oh, think about opening those shoulders, opening the heart. One more time. Just stay here nice and open, and then come on back to center and shake things around. Okay. All right, so we're going to take the legs wide, slightly wider than hip width distance with the toes turned out. The knees are bent, and we're going to move the side body. So let's just do that. Move side to side. Try and move from the waist. And now bring your hands to your heart, and we're going to do dragon, swimming through the river. So we're taking the hands to one side and then hips to the other. So just getting into that side body there. Just releasing things here. And the next time your hands are over to the right, just hang here and turn your gaze to look past your left shoulder. And then come through center. We're going to do this a few times. Take the hands to the left and turn your gaze to the right. And back over to the right, gaze left. And back to the left, gaze right. We'll do one more time to each side, going right, gaze left. And left, gaze right. and come center, and then just bring everything back to mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we want to move in our twisting motion. Knees and hips are soft. Hands are going to be to the thighs, and just easy breezy. Right arm up and forward, and left arm back behind you and back to the thighs. And let the lower body continue to move. We want to keep it warm. Opening up the shoulder. Breathing, breathing. And the next time you go to the left, you will be even. And just come back forward and shake things out. All right, so hopefully things are feeling a little more released, a little looser. Wiggle around. Have a good time with that. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to do a 4-part breath. It's going to include some heart opening here. Okay, your hands come to your heart. Inhale your fingertips up toward the sky. Now as you exhale, you're either clasp your hands behind you, or if that's too dramatic for the shoulders, just put your hands on your hips like this. Okay, and then from here, we're going to shine the heart forward, press the fingertips toward the earth. If your hands are on your hips, just make sure your elbows are heading toward each other. And then from here, go ahead and fold forward. And if your hands want to lift off your spine, right, if they're clasped and they want to lift, let them. If they want to stay down, let them. Now release your hands. Inhale, float the arms all the way out and up, palms touch. And then exhale, the hands come back behind. And look up. So we're either going hands to the hips or clasp. And exhale, fold. And release your hands and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And we go back to fingers clasp or hands to hips and up. And fold forward. So you could go forward a little bit, you could go forward a lot, anywhere in between. Release your hands, and one last time, bring it up. Tap. Hands clasped behind. Look up and fold forward. So this is a really nice movement to bring energy. Bring your hands down and float up, palms touch, and this time hands come to heart center and we return to mountain pose, okay? And just feel your energy, inhale and exhale. All right, so let's come to the top of the mat here with the feet hip-width distance apart. And find mountain pose now, right? The feet super grounded, everything in alignment. You know your alignment, the hips over the ankles, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. And then inhale, float the arms up, and exhale, bend your knees and hips, and come into a forward fold with your hands on your thighs here. Okay, so the hands are on the thighs, and then we're just going to let the hands roll up the legs into forward fold, and bend again, shine the heart forward. So it feels like we're coming in and out of half lift, which we pretty much are. Forward, up, and down, and up, and down. Nice warm up for the legs here. And speaking of the legs, let's come up. And then the next time we're down here, we're going to bring the arms up to shoulder height. Yeah, so now we're thinking more, okay, this is starting to feel like a chair, isn't it? So bring your arms up and enjoy chair. Drop the hands, fold, and come back up into chair. Drop the hands, fold, and come back up into chair. And this time drop the hands, fold, bring the hands down, and step back into a downward facing dog. Okay, so just a nice little warm up there for the legs. We'll revisit that. Bend one knee and then the other here. Press the heels down. Think about all the bones in the feet getting a nice little workout for themselves here. And press one heel down and hold. And press the other heel down and hold. And press both heels down and hold. Now bring your knees down and sit off to the side. Okay? So find seated mountain pose, nice and long. Ribs are coming away from the hips here. Okay? And take a couple of breaths. We're going to be moving into our core work, which is going to be so much fun tonight, you will not even believe it. Yeah. Okay, so let me demonstrate. Some of you might have done this one time before, but go ahead and I'll just demonstrate for 1 second. We're going to start with both feet on the mat. Then we'll take the right leg straight up, extend the left leg, and lift that heel just a few inches off the mat. Come back, left leg, few inches, and come back down. All right, let's do that together, shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay, come on down. And when you all get here, right leg is up. Now extend your left leg along the floor and just lift that left heel till it's 2 or 3 inches off the mat. Anybody feeling this? Wiggle your right foot at me if you're starting to feel this. Okay, let's bring both feet down. Now we're going to take the left leg up, extend the right leg along the floor, and just raise that right heel now till it's a few inches off the mat. Good. And we held the other side, so we're holding this side. And bring it down. Okay, we're going back. Right leg, left leg extends. Heel is 3, 2, 3, maybe 4 inches off the mat. Bring the feet down. Left leg up. Right leg extends. Heel is lifted. Not that much. And bring it down. Okay, and we've been through that whole thing about how far your legs come up and go down and what that does for the core. So you know that's why we're only lifting the heel a couple or 3 inches. All right, so that's the first way to do it. Now, another way to do it is take your knees to tabletop. Take your right leg up and extend your left leg until that heel isn't still only 2 or 3 inches off the mat. Come back to knees here. Left leg up, extend the right leg. And bring it in. All right, bring your feet down for a second and let your knees open and close for a minute. All right, did you have a strong preference? Would you rather have your feet down or your knees up? Okay, you get to decide. So, if your feet are down, you know what to do. Knees are up. We're doing it this way. Okay, here we go. Right leg up, left leg extends. That heel is super close to the mat so that we have the core super engaged. Bring it in, knees to tabletop. Left leg up, right leg extends. And bring it in. We're going back. Right leg, left leg. Right leg up, left leg extends. Knees to tabletop. Left leg up, right leg extends. Knees to tabletop. Okay, let's do one more time each side. Right leg up, left leg extends. Whether your feet started on the floor or you started knees to tabletop, you're here. Bring it in. Left leg up, right leg extends. And in. Hug your knees in and give your spine a little massage. Okay? Raise one leg and wiggle your foot at me if you felt your core there. Any amount. Raise the other leg and wiggle both feet if you felt your core working powerfully. Okay. All right, let's bring the feet down and open and close the knees. Woo! Wiggle around. All right, so that was some pretty good work for the core. We're going to take it into an oblique thing, right? So take your arms long out to the side here. We're going to go start with the feet down again. Right leg up. Left leg extends. That heel is 2 or 3 inches off the mat. Now bring your left hand up toward your right foot. And come back down. Bring the feet down. Left leg up. Right leg extends. Bring your right hand up towards your left foot. And release. Okay, is that making sense? Now we can do it also from tabletop here. Right leg up, left leg extends, arm, left hand toward the right foot. Bring it in. Left leg up, right leg extends, right hand toward the left foot. And in. So choose one of those and do it again. Right leg up, left leg up. Right leg up, left leg up. One more time, each side. Right leg up and left leg up and release. Oh, release that spine. Inhale and exhale. All right, bring your feet down. And we're just going to let the spine be in neutral for a moment here. Take a few nice breaths and get to some hip work, okay? So for the hip work, we're going to take both arms and both legs long. Inhale, and then just draw your right knee in. Hold on to your shin or your hamstring. And then release your left arm out to the side. Hold on to your shin or hamstring with just your right hand. And let that right leg come out to the right and back to center. Out to the right and back to center. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg. It might be outside your shin. It might be outside your thigh. Your right arm extends out from the shoulder. Draw the knee just across the belly button. And then keeping your gaze towards your right fingertips and your right shoulder on the mat, let that right knee come as far over to the left as it's ready to go right now. As you come back through center, take your right ankle across your left thigh with your right foot flexed. Draw your legs towards you and hold on to your right shin with 2 hands and move around. Notice that hip when you go forward and back. How's that feeling? When you make a circle, how's that feeling? And then go ahead and cross tightly at the thighs. Hold on to what's accessible to you right now. It could be your ankles, could be just the outsides of your legs, and move those hips around. All right, let's release, unwind, put 2 feet on the mat, let the knees open and close a few times. Inhale, extend both legs long and both arms long. Good. And let's exhale, draw the left knee in. Take your right arm out to the side, hold on to your left shin or hamstring, and let that left leg open out to the left and back to center. That right leg might prefer to be have bent knee right now. That would be perfectly fine. And then come back to center, right hand outside the left leg, left arm out from the shoulder, and take that left knee just across the belly button, just past the belly button. And keeping your left shoulder in contact with the mat, continue to let this left knee come over to the right as much as it wants to go right now. Now as you come back through center, this time the left ankle comes across the right thigh, the left foot flexes, draw your legs in, hold on to your left shin with 2 hands, and move that hip around. Nice. We're going to come into that tight cross of the thighs, holding on to whatever's available, ankles, shins, sides of the legs. And then release, unwind, 2 feet to the mat, knees open and close, and just come to center for a moment. Take a moment here to just feel around. How do the hips feel? How's the body feeling in general now that we've started to warm up? Inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to come now to hands and knees. This is a perfect opportunity to do some nice tricep work. So come into a knee down plank here with the elbow creases facing forward. See the little elbow creases? And with the arms tight to the upper body, take it down and press back up, hips toward heels. And we come forward again, push up, hips toward heels. Now some of you might prefer to do this from a plank with your knees lifted, and feel free to do that. Push up and then take it back down. The knee down version is great, and the best version is the one that your spine stays most straight in, because we don't want a wobbly spine. All right, and the next time you press back, find a child's pose. Yeah, good. Inhale and exhale in your child's pose. Make sure your head is comfortably situated either on the mat, on your hands. All right, we're going to come back to all fours, and since it's a nice crescent moon moving into the new moon phase, we're going to make some crescents with the legs here. Okay, so go ahead and take your right leg back, tuck the toes, and we'll just go forward and back once again, rolling over that foot a little bit, giving it a little bit of attention, and then press the heel back and hold. Come squarely to your tabletop with the right leg back. Take the right foot out to the right, up and over to the left. Back out to the right, up and over to the left. Back out to the right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take it out to the right and actually turn and look toward that right foot. So we're in a more of a curve here, and then come up and over to the left and turn and find the foot over on our left side. So we're taking the body more in a crescent shape. Out to the right, look right. Out to the left, look left. Does that make sense? Out to the right, out to the left and hold. And then come back to tabletop. All right, let's come to the knees, shake out the wrists for a moment. Did that make sense? You're going like this with your body, right? You're making it into a little crescent. Everybody good? Tabletop. And here we go. We're going on the left now. So the left leg comes out to the left, up and over to the right. Out to the left, up and over to the right. Out to the left. Now look left, find that foot. Up and over to the right, look right, find that foot. And over and back. So just a few more times. Yeah, so you're making your body into a nice little crescent. Side to side. And the next time your left foot is over to the right, just hang there looking at it. And come back to center into your tabletop. Take your tabletop into a downward facing dog. And find any journey that makes you happy, bringing your feet to your hands. And when you get there, hands to the thighs, Okay, we're going to half lift, but we're going to turn it back into a chair like we did earlier. Stand tall and release. Inhale and exhale. Anybody have any idea why we're focusing on chair right now? Yeah, because we're going to do a sun B. Yeah. All right, so we got chair, and we have warrior one that's going to show up in our sun B. So we're going to work on the warrior one. Then we'll do our sun A's and the sun B. So come to the top of your mat. Come hip width distance into mountain pose. And just sense how everything's going now. You're a little warmer, right? Maybe a little looser. Inhale and exhale. We're going to work on warrior one to start with. So slide your left leg back. The right knee bends over the right ankle, and your left foot is on a diagonal. Okay? It's down. So in a high crescent lunge, the heel would be up, a little more wobbly. In the warrior one, the heel is down. We're going to turn to face the front leg, the right leg, and then reach the arms long, reach the whole spine long. Arms are by the ears here. And slowly start to come up, keeping all that length in the spine. As we come up, once the spine starts to collapse into itself, that's where we go back to where we were long and stay there. Makes sense, right? Inhale and exhale. And while we're here, go ahead and take your arms out to the side, straighten your right leg, and come back up. Out to the side, and come back up. So we're warming up. Your right leg's in front, right? Yep, there it is. And take it back to warrior one. All right, and then step forward. Going on the left now. Left leg, we just had the right leg in front. Right leg comes back, left leg is in front, left knee over left ankle. Okay, the right foot is at an angle. We're facing over the left leg, extending the arms long. They're by the ears, and the spine is super long here. And then we come up to where the spine can stay long without falling back into. All right, and we're going to take the arms out to the side, extend the left leg, arms up, out, and up. Yes, out, nice, and up. Out, and up. One more, out, and up, warrior one. Step forward and release. Okay, so shake that out. We're going to move into our sun A's now, and then we'll do a sun B. So let's come to the top of the mat, and we're going to add some arm work at the beginning of this sun A. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, just open to the right, long arms. Inhale, the arms overhead, left arm back, right arm forward, open to the left. Inhale, up. Elbows to the waist, heart shines up. Inhale, exhale, folding from the hip creases over straight legs, swan dive. So the hands might be way up on the thighs, they might be on the shins. Your hands might be touching the mat. It doesn't matter. It's what's good for you right now. Bring your hands to your thighs, hips back, half lift here. Sink the hips down toward the mat, bring the hands down, step back with your right leg, and just move around in this lunge here. Okay, a little more hip release. We're going to take this to either a knee up or down, plank. Let's see it. Nice strong spine, plank, yes. Elbow creases are forward so that when you bend at the elbows, your elbows are coming back behind you. Nice strong chaturanga all the way down. Good. Inhale and exhale. All right, so take your hands under your shoulders if they're not already there, and lift them up, and then roll your shoulders towards your ears. They're about 3 inches off the mat. towards your ears, down your spine for a hands-free cobra. Shine your heart forward without throwing your head back. And bring it down. All right, find your way to downward facing dog. So remember that crescent move we did with the legs and tabletop. That you could certainly bring your knees down at any point if that feels better to you than what we're about to do. Take your right leg up and out to the side. Then take it to the left. Right foot to the right. Right foot to the left. Right foot to the right. Look for it. Right foot to the left. Look for it. So we're going side to side again. Letting the body go side, side, side. And the next time the right foot is over to the left, just stay there, gazing towards your left foot. Come back around to center with your right leg up. And take a big step forward, whatever big is for you right now. And then walk the rest of the way to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to the thighs, take a half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, you are back at the top of your mat now. We're doing the same thing on the other side. Mountain pose. Inhale, float the arms up. Okay, we're going to go right arm back, left arm forward, twist to the right. And up, left arm back, right arm forward, twist to the left. And up, elbows to waist. Just like that cobra, right? Bring the arms up, folding from the hip creases, swan dive. Take a half lift. Set the hips down, hands down. Take your left leg back this time. And hang out in this lunge, enjoying whatever feels good to do in this lunge. From your lunge, come into a knees up or knees down plank. Yep, nice beautiful planks, great. And then chaturanga. Elbows back, arms close to the body. Okay, so now your hands are under your shoulders. And we did that hands-free cobra earlier. Now we're going to take the arms out in a Y, gaze toward the mat. The toes are pointing behind you. And lift the heart with the arms wide and bring it down. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Lift up and bring it down. You don't have to throw your head back. I'm just moving mine up so I can see you. And release. All right, so the hands come under the shoulders and find your way to downward facing dog. Yeah. Okay, and once you're in your dog, go ahead and take your left leg up, left foot out to the side, left foot over to the right, out to the side, over to the right. Out to the side, look to the left. Over to the right, look to the right. Over to the left, look left. Over to the right, look right. Okay, and a couple more times, just getting that nice work in the side body out of this. And the next time your left foot is over to the right and you're looking at it, bring the leg up. Back up to center, take whatever big step is there for you right now, and walk the rest of the way to the top of your mat. Take a half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. Good, and hands come heart center. And release. All right, let's shake things out. So we're going to do the sun bee in a little bit, but first we're going to work on some other stuff. We're going to do a little side to side with the legs. So like a curtsy lunge into a tree, okay? We've done this on a block. Now we've got 2 feet on the earth, so see how you like this version. All right, we're just going to start by taking the right leg behind the left and come out, left leg behind the right and come out. You can see why this is called the curtsy lunge, right? Like we're curtsying. Yep. Think about your outer hips right here. What kind of stretch they're getting. The next time your right leg is behind you and you're over, your right hand is pointing toward the left here, just hold here and then come out and take it to the other side, left leg behind. And come back to center. All right, so from here, we're going to be moving into a tree. So it's a super balanced challenge. So let's remember, for balance, we're not going to have the luxury of having our feet hip-width distance apart, right? Our feet are going to be like this. So we're not going to have this luxury, but we can remember to just keep bringing our gaze back to a steady point and keep our minds calm and just go with the flow, right? So if the tree starts to get a little wobbly, you do what's necessary. I was reading something today, it said, be like bamboo. And maybe that's a really good, bamboo just does this, right? So let's all practice doing this. And this is how we want our balances to be, like bamboo. All right? So let's we'll start with our feet about hip-width distance. Calm the mind. Find a spot that you can just keep bringing your gaze back to. It's going to move, but you can keep coming back to your steady spot. And then we're going back with the right leg. Right arm comes across. And now we're going to come carefully, bring that right leg around, and find a tree. And release. Okay, let's do that with the left leg. Sweep across, behind with the left leg, left arm goes in front, and work your way into a tree. And bring it down. All right, are we ready to do that again? Let's see how it goes this time. Okay, so right leg back, right arm across, curtsy lunge, sweep it out and into a tree. Come down, left leg back, sweep across, take it out and into a tree. And release. Okay, who feels like they have that enough to work on that one time each side on your own? If you weren't loving that, then just do something else. Just go straight into tree. Otherwise, it's going to be sweep back and carefully into tree. Just play with that. Be like bamboo. I love that. I think that's going to be my new motto. Nice. When you feel like you're done with this, just come back to your mountain pose. Plant your feet, close your eyes, and just notice what happens for you. What is your mind doing? How's your breath going right now? What does your body feel like with 2 feet now on the earth firmly? All right, and just shake things out, okay? All right, so we're going to start working our way into the sun bee, but before that, I guess I'm just like obsessed with the idea of bamboo. So let's be like bamboo. Take the arms up and just sway side to side. When I used to live in Miami, I would ride my bike past this bamboo grove, And the rustling noise that it made, the sound it made, was the most beautiful thing. Side to side. And then eventually find your way back. Bring your hands down and breathe. All right, so Sun B, you guys know, is a continuous movement. It's going to have a chair and it's going to have a warrior one. So come to the top of your mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. Sun B starts in chair, so let's go. Chair, here we are, arms up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift, sink the hips. Step back. You can spend a moment in this lunge and then step back to plank, knees up or down. And then chaturanga. So in the Sun B, up dog is traditional if you have up dog. Otherwise, just do a cobra. And I don't mean just in terms of, okay, well, you can't, I mean, do a cobra. Or do your up dog and then take it to down dog. Inhale and exhale. From here, we take the right leg up, step forward with the right foot, spin the left heel down, and come up into the warrior one. The right knee's over the right ankle. We're facing forward, and we're still not jamming into the lower spine. We bring the hands down, come back into plank, chaturanga. Okay, so the knees are up or down. Cobra or up dog to down dog. Your down dog can be a table to down dog. It could be a press up. Whichever works better for you. It could be a mixture. Left leg comes up. Left foot comes forward. Right heel spins down. Lifting into warrior one. And if some adjustment in the legs needs to be made, go ahead and make it. Bring the hands down, step back to your plank. Here is our final round. So enjoy your plank. Yep, chaturanga. Okay, and here we go, cobra or up dog. So the difference is in up dog, the arms extend and your thighs lift off the mat. Find your way to down dog. We're going to spend 3 breaths in down dog. This is the resting pose for the Sun B. Inhale and exhale. And then just take your journey, feet to the hands. When you get to the top of your mat, okay, forward fold, bring your hands to your thighs. Start out in a half lift and turn it into a chair. Inhale, float the arms up, and exhale the hands down by your side, back to mountain pose. All right, how's everybody doing? Just take your time. If you were spending a little more time in this, that's fine, just take your time. So we're just going to move around, just free forming it. Just move any way that's feeling good to you. Look for anything that feels tight and wants to release, or feels like it's on the road to release, wants to release a little more. Okay. Yeah. And we're going to take, when you're done doing that, we're going to take the legs wider than hip width distance, turning the toes out, and draw the arms up. And now we're going to exhale into a forward fold with the knees bending out to the side, taking opposite hand to opposite elbow, and move around in a wide-legged ragdoll. But don't throw yourself side to side. Just feel everything. Feel really deep because you're warm now. Things are warmed up. So feel really deep into this. And see what the head can do to participate. Can it nod yes and no? When you go to one side, can you extend a little bit? And go to the other side and extend. Okay, and then eventually bring everything back to center. Let your head hang. Slowly start to straighten the legs, and maybe those forearms will draw a little closer to the earth. Bring your hands to your thighs. Come halfway up. Take your arms out from your shoulders, nice and long. Take your hands, your arms by your ears. And nice and strong, lift up, lift up, lift up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, back to mountain pose you go. All right. Everybody doing all right? Let's come to the top of the mat. So if you want something for final relaxation, you have a blanket, a pillow, lavender, rose petals that you want to scatter all over your room. Okay, whatever you want, have that handy and come to the top of your mat. And breathe and notice how things are going for your body. If there's still movement that is being requested, then just let it happen. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. So you're either going to just go straight to dog with me, or if you have a vinyasa left in you and you want to do that, throw that in, right? Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases. Half lift, hands to the thighs. Hips down, hands down, and either plank chaturanga, etc., or just step back to down dog. Whichever one you're doing. Okay, either throw in a vinyasa or come to down dog. Inhale and exhale. And then in your down dog, whenever you get there, you're going to bend the knees and take the hips side to side. So knees to one side, hips to the other, some form of movement there. Now let's go ahead and bring the knees down now, sit off to the side, and come into seated mountain pose. Just reviewing how everything feels here. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to come into a Janushirshasana position here. So take your right foot and place it to your left thigh. Okay? Now left leg is forward here. And if this is a lot for the knee, then you can put your foot on your shin instead. Okay? Turn and face over your left leg. Draw the arms up. Inhale. And with a super long spine, folding from the hip creases, reach, reach, reach. And let your hands drop, one on either side of your left leg as your gaze continues to be toward your left toes. So the spine is long. Your hands might be near your foot. Your hands might be near your thigh. Extending the arms long, long, long. Come on back up. Inhale. Hands down. We're going to help that right leg up. Have one hand with distance in between the right foot and the left thigh. Hold on to the right shin with the left hand. Draw the right arm up and back. Inhale, and with a straight spine and no tugging from the left hand, twist to the right. Now, turn your gaze toward your right shoulder. And as you exhale, turn your gaze back to the left. And on your next exhale, turn back to the right. And then release, unwind, and give your legs a crazy shake. All right, so you guys, we're also going to add this twist. Go ahead and bend your right knee again. And if you want to, bring your right foot outside of your left leg, okay? And then we're going to have the left hand on the shin, right arm up and back, and twist again. We always have the spine long, we always have the left foot flexed. Inhale, and perhaps as you twist, you take your left arm up and bring your left elbow outside of your right thigh. Okay, so this may feel okay for you. You might feel like I was happier the other way and I'm going back to that. Inhale and exhale. Good, and release. All right, let's shake out those legs. Ready on the other side? We're bringing the left foot to the right thigh. Once again, it could be at the calf. This is a deep angle for the left knee. This is not as deep. Okay, so you do what's best for your knee. Turn to face your right leg. Right foot is flexed. Arms are up, long. You're lifting ribs away from the hips and melt forward. Bring your hands down to the mat, one on either side of your right leg, gazing past your right toes. So the spine is long here. And then extend the arms, bring them up, inhale, exhale, down by your side. Take the left knee up with about hands width distance in between the right thigh or the right calf. Right hand to the left shin, left arm up and back. Long spine twist to the left. And from here, take your gaze towards your left shoulder. And on your next exhale, take your gaze towards your right shoulder. And as you exhale again, take your gaze over to the left. Good, and then come on back through center and release, extend. Okay, now option, you can either put your foot back where it was or take your left foot outside of the right thigh, hold on to the left shin with the right hand, left arm up and back again, inhale, and twist and stay here. Or draw your right arm up and take your right elbow. Good. I see nice long spines, which is perfect. Okay, we don't want to lean back into a twist. The spine is long. Nice. Release, unwind, take the legs forward and give them a crazy shake. Whew. All right, 1 or 2 thumbs up for John Yu or 1 or 2 thumbs down. What do you think? John Yu, right? Okay, so now we've got, like that was also a nice opener for the inner thighs here. Okay, so we're going to come into Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. Okay, and of course the soles of your feet could be super close to your pelvis if that's you. They could be farther apart if that's better for you. Hands can be on your ankles or your shins. Inhale and exhale, fold over the hips into your Baddha Konasana. Keep your spine long. AKA cobbler's pose, right? All right, walk your hands back up. Help your knees back up to center. Feet hip width distance apart and roll down to the earth. Inhale and exhale. Whew. Okay, so we're going to extend everything nice and long. 2 arms, 2 legs, and draw the knees in. And give the spine a little massage here. It's been working hard. Bring your hands down, put your left foot on the mat. And take your right foot, it needs to be off the mat. It can be leg long or knee bent, but we're going to point and flex the right foot. So we're getting that ankle, and then circle one direction, and the other. And then switch sides, right foot down, left knee up, or the left leg could be straight, whatever you like. Point and flex. And circle one direction and the other, left foot down, and take a couple of breaths here while you extend the fingers wide, draw into a gentle fist, extend and wiggle and make a little fist and keep going. And then rotate from the wrists one direction and the other. Bring your hands down by your side and gently let your head move side to side, just exploring if there's anything in the neck that feels tight, loosening it up. And then come back to center and work toward your resting alignment for final relaxation. So if you need to move anything or resituate something, if you want to play with bending your knees or keeping your legs straight, all that. And when you feel ready, inhale through the nose. And as you slowly exhale through the mouth, just let your body melt onto the earth, being in your final relaxation. So begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Allow your breath to deepen. Invite movement back to your body, your fingers and your toes. And as you inhale, stretch your arms long and your legs long. And then draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug as you find your way over to a side. And back up to a nice easy seat. And as you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice. And we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.